So, with the great old offender, Roger Mark B. Nelsenthal, but I need to stress stress the following point: is that him being called killer in a great many respects is something that he would consider a compliment. Anything from a compliment to something to an insured dust off. Like some dust on the sleeve of his jacket, because you have to consider that as a co-founding pharmacist to a pharmaceutical chain, anything from a lodged claim about an adverse side effect to a medication that was harmful or that cost a life, anything about the scope and range of imposed medicines on the Mental Health Act and them having consequences that do entail or include physical damages. They will get these sorts of things do get these sorts of events and occurrences do get him called killer. So but what he doesn't want coming out is that he's got his mind sick and a pedophile, or it is going to ultimately lead to the staunching of and the prohibition of him from being permitted to engage in any kind of sociological research or science, human science of human sociology and psychology, because he's virtually bound by his own sickness. That's the sickness of his own brain to falsely posit conflicts on others' behalves. I know just from working for him that he had, on the basis of a person's presentation, whether they had an accent he might consider to be too bogan, too ochre, too settling, too dull bludger, or whatever, that he had a whole swag of pejoratives lined up for them. These are just junkies. They're just stupid patients. They belong to a different category and class of human. Now, so yeah, that's the thing. Roger's more threatened by being called pedophilic than he is, and this term adult pedophilia entails the repeat of offences so much so that he'll destroy an adult's sex drive by knowing which conflicts to reimpose upon them. Then he is most assuredly into that too. What I'm trying to say is because of the list of what gets said to be side effects of new medicines, forcefully imposed medicines, things like that. Then he, as a pharmacist, he's a pharmacist involved in research too. Um, Police state mentality lovers who are can't imagine a person occupying more than one role. Um, or fat Christians that um, are about to go in order to do Subway's foot-long subs and still can't imagine a person performing more than one role, though they're about to eat two roles. Um, you know, uh, this guy Roger Toll is fucking sick in the head. That's sick. I don't mean sick compliment. I mean he should be staunched till where he is researched is absolutely confirmed to have been found. I wouldn't put it past him to just set up a bunch of dummy locations so he can both conceal his means while representing substandard, outdated technology um, in order to put it into him being, you know, hunted down. But yeah, just the phenomenon of his disturbed mind and his research initiatives alone, and the fact that it is often to the non-disclosure of the ensemble of conflicts that are said to constitute a patient's case profile. In other words, the citizen not being shown their own conflicts, gives him the space to invent them with his own disturbed, fucked up mind. And then the system, passive to non-disclosure of those conflicts to the citizen said to be suffering as a result of them. So they're getting jabbed with forceful pharmaceuticals, and Roger's well aware that things carry on this way. Um, Forcefully jabbed with a bunch of injections to treat a bunch of conflicts that no one's even said, well, a scientist purports to have studied you, to identify you to have, to bear this such and such conflict. And that this is neither read to the individual, be it at any of the courts in Australia, or be it even at the mental health court that they reserve for mentals. And it's not such conversations are rare there either. So you know, are you proud to live in a system where a person can have a list of conflicts? I posed the question, you know, were you in class in school? Were you the one that they passed the note around? Like, it was an Indian doctor. I said, did they pass notes around behind your back in the classroom calling you curry punch or something? What's to that effect? Because he simply was not saying to me, here's what they're saying, right down to the most specific of terms, is wrong with you. And any system that lets that slide is unjust immediately. Any system that lets it slide on account of a judge being pressed for time, then that judge hasn't done their job. And you wonder why we're not at the forefront of a generation of artists that had the brevity to stand up and say fuck the police and fuck the courts, fuck the police and all the courts saying why they fucked us. We're a generation at the benefit and privilege of their efforts. but their efforts weren't in vain, nor were they motivated by corruption or bigotry on behalf of these artists. These artists did what they did because they cared more about truth than courts and cops and pharmacists and shrinks combined. So, good evening to you and yours, and here's to the jailing and multiple life sentences for Roger Tall and Gary Cairns. That's for Roger, Mark B. Nelson Tall, and Gary Cairns of Capital Canvas. Thank you.